Okay, first off, I'm going to apologise for the lack of upload recently. My computer had some malware that was disguised as a fake hard drive virus, and basically I couldn't get into the registry editor or the task manager, and that obviously the antivirus didn't pick up either, which was a bit worrying. So basically I had to flatten the drive, and I've spent the past couple of days having to reinstall everything. So again, that's why I've not been posting much recently, because I've literally had nothing to work with. So again, I'm really sorry for that. So basically, it'll teach me to back up my files in the future, something I've not actually been doing recently, so yeah, I kind of deserved it. But basically, the challenge behind this video was simply to win a game of Age of Empires 3 with against 3 expert AIs. Now, I thought this challenge would be quite easy to start with, but after quite a few rounds against, quite a few failed rounds in it, against the expert AIs and other maps, they would usually cannon rush you about 4, 5, 6 minutes. I'm not exactly sure exact timing, but no, sorry, it's 4 minutes. I'll have cavalry, then sometime after they would just bum rush you with hundreds of cannons, and it's basically impossible to defend against it. Which was the main reason why I picked a sea map such as Caribbean or Caribbean, however you pronounce it. And basically this allows you to build up a massive amount of ships, and it's easier to defend against because you're able to bombard their base from offshore. And the computer doesn't seem to be that aggressive with sea units, unlike land units, which was a bit weird. And it did feel a bit cheap being able to basically attack their base without them doing anything, because they just kind of stay where they are. But it really was the only legitimate way I could think of winning a game, because as I said before, I can't imagine going against 3 expert AIs on land and just fending them off continuously. But then again, I'm not exactly good at RTS games, so come with some slack picks. But if you want to build up a mass navy, you really need to control and defend the trade points on the western side of the map. And basically that was the first thing I had to do, but naturally you have to explore the map first, but you don't really know the map layout, obviously when you start, because of the fog of war. So you have to explore some bit. But the problem with this was that the computer had the exact same idea, and they already had pretty much all of the water controlled. And there was obviously, you know, 3-man kind of army slash navy, and basically there was a lot of ships in the water. And I was probably fighting them off for the best part of an hour and a half just to control the sea, just to get to these points, and then another hour and a half just to try to wipe them out, because they have a lot of guys, you know. But as I mentioned before, the computer seemed to fight. In fact, they didn't really seem to be that aggressive in this map, so they never really bothered themselves to capture these trade points, mainly because they can probably just share the resources off of each other, so that's probably why they didn't bother, but that really worked out for my favour. Even though the computer seemed capable of rustling up an army within a couple of seconds, we were able to finally whittle their bases down and their armies down and take the game, even though it only took about 3 bloody hours, but it was worth it. It was actually kind of fun as well. But the victory did pose one more challenge, to cut down 3 hours of gameplay into one video. But as mentioned before, if you have a challenge, just leave a comment below with the game and the challenge in mind, and thanks for watching.